Will AI replace your job by 2030? Imagine waking up tomorrow only to discover that everything you've spent years learning can now be done in seconds by artificial intelligence. Your emails, written by AI, your presentations, designed by AI, our customer support, automated. Even your doctor's assistant, lawyer, accountant, and software engineer now have AI helping or replacing them. It sounds like science fiction, but it's already happening. The real question isn't whether AI is coming, it's this. Will AI replace your job by 2030? Stay with us, because the answer may surprise you. Welcome back to the channel. If you're interested in artificial intelligence, future technology, productivity, and understanding how our world is changing, make sure you subscribe, because every week we break down the biggest ideas shaping tomorrow. Artificial intelligence has advanced faster in the last 3 years than most experts expected in an entire decade. From ChatGPT and Gemini to AI image generators, voice cloning, autonomous robots, and intelligent assistants, AI is transforming almost every industry. Some experts predict millions of jobs will disappear. Others believe AI will create even more opportunities than it destroys. So, who's right? Let's find out. Part 1. Why AI is growing so fast. To understand where we're heading, we first need to understand why AI is improving at such an incredible pace. Unlike humans, AI doesn't get tired, it doesn't sleep, it doesn't forget. And every new generation learns from enormous amounts of data. Today's AI can already write articles, generate computer code, translate languages, create music, design logos, analyze medical images, summarize books, answer customer questions, produce realistic videos. Many of these tasks once required years of professional training. Now they can be completed in seconds. This doesn't necessarily mean humans become useless. Instead, it changes what skills become valuable. Part 2. Jobs most likely to be replaced. Let's start with the difficult truth. Some jobs are much easier for AI to automate than others. These usually involve repetitive digital tasks. For example, customer support. Instead of waiting on hold, customers increasingly chat with AI assistants available 24 hours a day. Data entry. AI can organize thousands of documents within minutes. Basic graphic design. Simple advertisements, logos, and social media graphics can now be created almost instantly. Bookkeeping. Many accounting tasks are becoming automated. Translation. AI translation quality improves every year. Even software development is changing. Rather than writing every line of code manually, programmers increasingly supervise AI systems that generate code. The World Economic Forum estimates that technology will reshape millions of jobs over the coming years, but that's only half the story. Part 3. Jobs AI will struggle to replace. Here's where things become interesting. Not every profession is equally vulnerable. Jobs requiring human trust, creativity, emotional intelligence, and complex decision-making remain difficult to automate. Think about teachers. Education isn't only about sharing information. It's about inspiring students. Consider nurses. Patients don't only need medical treatment. They need empathy. Think about psychologists, business leaders, negotiators, emergency responders, creative directors, entrepreneurs. These professions rely heavily on human judgment. AI can assist them, but replacing them entirely is far more complicated. The future isn't humans versus AI. It's humans working alongside AI. Part 4. New jobs that don't exist today. Every major technological revolution has created new careers. The internet created social media managers. Smartphones created app developers. Now AI is creating entirely new professions. Examples include AI prompt engineers, AI trainers, machine learning auditors, AI ethics specialists, synthetic media producers, AI content strategists, human AI workflow designers. Many of these careers barely existed 5 years ago. By 2030, entirely new industries may emerge that we cannot even imagine today. History teaches us something important. Technology destroys certain jobs, but it also creates better ones. Part 5. The skills that will matter most. If AI becomes better at technical tasks, what should humans focus on? Experts increasingly point toward 5 essential skills. First, critical thinking, knowing how to ask better questions. Second, creativity. AI generates ideas. Humans decide which ideas truly matter. Third, communication. People who explain complex ideas clearly will always be valuable. Fourth, adaptability. The fastest learners usually outperform those with the most experience. Finally, emotional intelligence, leadership, empathy, negotiation, trust. These remain deeply human abilities. Ironically, as AI becomes smarter, human skills become even more valuable. Part 6. What should you do today? If you're worried about AI replacing your career, don't panic. Instead, learn how AI works, experiment with AI tools, understand automation, improve your communication skills, build creativity, continue learning. People who ignore AI may struggle, but people who learn to use AI will likely gain a significant advantage. Remember, throughout history, people weren't replaced by technology. They were replaced by people who knew how to use technology. So, will AI replace your job by 2030? Maybe. But that's probably the wrong question. A better question is, will someone using AI replace someone who isn't? The future belongs to those who stay curious, who continue learning, who adapt faster than the world changes around them. Artificial intelligence isn't simply replacing jobs, it's redefining what work means, and the choices you make today may shape your career for decades. If you enjoyed today's episode and want more deep dives into artificial intelligence, psychology, future technology, and self-improvement, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below. Do you think AI will replace your profession or help you become even better at it? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. The story you've just watched may be fictional, but the questions it raises are very real. As artificial intelligence continues to reshape our world, many people are asking the same question. Will AI replace your job by 2030? In today's podcast, we'll explore which jobs are changing, which skills will matter most, and how you can prepare for the future. So, let's move beyond the story and dive into the discussion.
So I want you to try a little thought experiment with me today.
Oh, I like thought experiments.
Right. Okay, so imagine waking up tomorrow morning in your apartment. But like before your feet even hit the floor, your workday has essentially kick-started itself.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So you glance around, and there are these soft, glowing, holographic screens just hovering in the air, showing you that multi-agent workflows have been running all night.
Just humming away while you sleep.
Exactly. Your emails, drafted and sent to the right time zones. The slide deck for your afternoon presentation has been formatted, data checked, completely designed.
That sounds incredible, honestly.
I mean, even those lingering customer escalations from overnight, they're just handled.
Yeah.
It sounds like, the opening 10 minutes of a sci-fi film. But everything we are looking at today proves this is our rapidly approaching reality.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the transition from simple generative tools to, well, fully autonomous agentic workflows, it's happening right now, and it's rewriting the fundamental rules of productivity.
Which brings us to the core mission of today's deep dive. We are tackling the massive, kind of looming question that is probably in the back of your mind every single time a new model drops, which is, will AI replace your job by 2030?
It is the million-dollar question.
Truly. And to figure this out, we are pulling from a fascinating stack of materials today. We've got this highly analytical breakdown of workforce data, but what makes this unique is that it's paired with this incredibly rich, futuristic visual storyboard.
The visuals in this source are just stunning.
Right. Picture a cinematic, highly detailed, futuristic aesthetic, lots of blues and cyans, and it lays out exactly how our offices, our hospitals, and our screens are going to transform.
And, to really grasp the gravity of that transformation, we have to look at the timeline first, because we aren't just talking about those basic chatbots from a few years ago.
Oh, those are so clunky.
Yeah, exactly. We are dealing with multimodal models now. They possess massive context windows, advanced reasoning, and the ability to execute really complex multi-step actions across completely different software platforms. Right.
The leap we've made just in the last 3 years with tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, voice cloning, autonomous robots, that was supposed to take a decade, at least.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because to understand where we are going, we first have to understand the mechanism behind that speed, right? It's easy to just say, well, computers don't sleep, but that doesn't explain the explosive capability we are seeing.
No, it doesn't.
So we're talking about a fundamental shift in how these systems process information.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Because historically, software was deterministic. You wrote a rule, the computer followed it. Do X, then do Y.
Very rigid.
Very. But neural networks map information in high-dimensional vector space. So when an AI is absorbing raw computer code or medical scans or foreign languages, it isn't just memorizing files in some database.
Our sources actually have this striking image of this, like a massive futuristic data center filled with these glowing servers. And there's this digital AI brain connected to millions of floating data streams, just rapidly absorbing books and code and medical scans. Yeah, that visual perfectly captures what's happening. Because it is actively building mathematical relationships between concepts. It is literally mapping the underlying patterns of human knowledge.
Okay, so think of AI as an intern who never sleeps, never takes a coffee break, and has memorized the entire internet.
That's a great way to look at it. Because compute power and algorithmic efficiency are just scaling exponentially, the cost of that prediction is plummeting towards zero.
Wow.
Yeah. Tasks that used to require decades of rigorous human training, like analyzing an MRI or translating a highly technical manual, they can now be executed in seconds.
Okay, let's unpack this again, because if this intern can already do all of this, what exactly is left for us?
Well, what's fascinating here is that this speed doesn't actually make humans useless. Instead, it radically shifts which of our skills are actually valuable.
Which leads to the uncomfortable part of the deep dive. If human skills are shifting in value, we have to look at the difficult truth here. Which tasks are losing their premium, and what jobs are the easiest targets? What's on the chopping block?
The data points squarely at repetitive digital tasks. If a job involves taking information from point A, formatting it based on predictable rules, and putting it into point B, that workflow is highly vulnerable.
So basically being a human router.
Yeah, exactly. Customer support, data entry, basic bookkeeping, simple graphic design, even translation. The World Economic Forum estimates millions of these jobs will be fundamentally reshaped.
This makes me think of another hauntingly clear visual from our storyboard. It shows a traditional call center, right? But it's just fading into the background, empty and totally obsolete.
Yeah, because the need for that physical infrastructure is gone.
Right. And in the foreground, there's a customer comfortably chatting with a 24/7 AI virtual assistant on a glowing holographic smartphone. It just handles everything instantly.
It's a stark contrast.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The materials point out that even software development is being heavily automated.
Oh, yeah.
And wait a minute. Didn't we used to think coding was the ultimate safe job of the future? Like, learn to code, that was the mantra. Now programmers are just supervising AI that writes the code.
I get why that feels alarming. But we have to draw a sharp line between a task and a role.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, writing thousands of lines of boilerplate code is a task. It's syntax. It's highly structured, predictable pattern generation. And an AI can do that flawlessly. But the role of a software engineer involves understanding a client's messy, ambiguous business needs.
Right, the AI doesn't know why the client is mad.
Exactly. It doesn't have the context of the business goals. It just knows the code. So automation targets the specific tasks rather than completely erasing the complex roles.
So the programmer isn't gone.
No, not at all. You don't picture an empty desk. You picture a developer actively collaborating with, say, a holographic coding assistant floating right above their monitors.
That's a huge relief, honestly.
Yeah, the AI handles the syntax, but the human is still the architect.
Okay, so if the repetitive digital tasks, even complex ones like coding syntax, are handled by machines, what is the ultimate firewall? Like, what is actually protecting human jobs?
Our sources are very clear on this. The answer is genuine human connection.
Human connection.
Yeah. Jobs that require human trust, deep emotional intelligence, or complex, high-stakes decision-making remain incredibly difficult to automate.
So we're talking about like teachers and nurses.
Exactly. Teaching isn't just a database querying facts for a student. It's about recognizing when a child is frustrated and inspiring them to care.
Right.
And nursing requires deep empathy. Same goes for psychologists, business leaders, negotiators, emergency responders. They are heavily insulated.
And our storyboard actually contrasts that earlier empty call center with two really powerful, warm images here.
Mhm.
One is a compassionate teacher inspiring students in this bright, beautiful classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the other is a caring nurse holding an elderly patient's hand. And in both of these scenes, the AI is there, but it's just humming quietly in the background. It's handling the tech while the humans handle the heart.
That's the perfect way to phrase it.
But I do have to ask, couldn't an AI just be programmed to simulate empathy eventually? I mean, I've heard some of these new voice models, and they sound so real. Can't it just fake a good bedside manner?
This raises an important question, and it's one researchers are actively debating. But we have to realize that simulated empathy is not the same as trust.
Okay.
Trust requires shared stakes. Patients and clients don't just need data delivered in a friendly tone, they require a genuine emotional anchor.
So it's about knowing the other person actually feels something.
Right.
Mm.
An AI can say, I understand you are in pain, but you fundamentally know the machine has never felt pain. It can't lose anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The nurse holding your hand is a fellow human being who knows what it means to be vulnerable. That shared humanity is the bedrock of trust. So the future isn't humans versus AI. It's humans working alongside AI.
I love that. So if we are shifting to a world where we work with AI, what new titles will we hold? Because historically, technology destroys some jobs, but it always creates better ones.
Exactly. Just as smartphones created app developers, AI is birthing entirely new fields. We are going to see titles that sound completely made up today.
Like what? What are we talking about here?
Things like AI prompt engineers, AI trainers, machine learning auditors, AI ethics specialists.
Oh, an AI ethics specialist.
Yeah, synthetic media producers, human AI workflow designers.
The visual for this part is so cool. It shows these young professionals inside a really bright, futuristic innovation lab. And they're just seamlessly collaborating with AI robots and these wild holographic design tools.
It looks like a great place to work, honestly.
It really does. So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
I think a good way to look at it is, imagine trying to explain the job of a social media strategist to someone in 1995.
They wouldn't even know where to begin to understand that. Right. They think you were crazy.
Yeah.
But that's exactly where we are right now with AI ethics specialists.
It really highlights how much things are going to change. By 2030, entire industries will emerge that we literally cannot imagine today because the foundational tech is just being born right now.
So knowing all these wild new jobs are coming, how do you, our listener, prepare today so you aren't left behind? I mean, what is a survival toolkit for 2030?
Well, the experts in our sources point to 5 essential skills.
Okay, let's go through them.
Number 1 is critical thinking. In a world where AI can instantly generate an answer to almost anything, the value shifts to asking better questions.
Right, so if you ask a lazy question, you get a lazy, average AI answer.
Exactly. You have to interrogate the logic, which takes deep critical thinking.
Okay, what's the second skill?
Creativity.
Wait, but AI can generate like 100 ideas in 2 seconds?
It can generate ideas, yes. But humans pick what actually matters. AI relies on connecting existing data points, but humans curate. We understand the cultural zeitgeist, and we decide which of those 100 AI-generated ideas actually has soul.
That makes total sense. We are the filter. So skill number 3.
Communication.
Which, again, sounds weird since AI can write a whole report instantly.
Right, but human attention is the bottleneck. The AI writes the 50-page report, but you need a human to communicate that complex idea clearly to a board of directors to actually get them to care.
Translating machine complexity into human clarity. I love it. Okay, skill 4.
Adaptability. This one is huge. The speed of change means fast learners will always beat experienced veterans who refuse to adapt.
Oh, that brings up this deeply symbolic visual from the sources. It shows one professional just confidently walking forward toward this bright futuristic city, and they've got an AI assistant right by their side.
Yeah, and the other person.
The other person is left standing in the shadows, completely surrounded by outdated technology. It's a harsh reminder that you have to keep moving.
You do. Which brings us to the 5th and final skill, emotional intelligence. Empathy, leadership, negotiation.
I was looking at this and thinking about the brilliant irony of it all. As machines become infinitely smarter and more technical, our deeply messily human traits actually become our most valuable currency.
It's the ultimate paradox. We spent a century trying to act like machines at work. Now we have machines for that, so our humanity is finally what sets us apart.
It's so profound. It really just redefines what the concept of work even means.
It does. And if you take anything away from this deep dive, it should be the golden rule our sources highlight. Throughout history, people weren't replaced by technology. They were replaced by people who knew how to use technology.
That is exactly it. It's not human versus AI. It's human with AI. And that brings up the final, deeply optimistic image from our storyboard today. It shows humans and humanoid AI just standing together on a hill at sunrise, looking out over this totally sustainable cinematic city.
It's a really hopeful trajectory. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over that kind of builds on today's sources.
Okay, lay on us.
So we've established that AI will eventually handle every single technical, creative, and administrative task flawlessly, right?
Right. Total perfection.
Well, if perfection becomes free and everywhere, will human imperfection become a luxury?
Wait, really? What do you mean?
Think about it. By 2030, could a label that says 100% human-made errors included become the most highly sought-after premium in business and art?
Oh, wow. That is wild to think about.
Hmm.
That the slight jagged edge of a human mistake might be the very thing that proves a product actually has a soul.
Exactly. Our flaws might become our biggest asset.
That is just incredible. So on that note, we'll leave you with the ultimate question to ponder on your own. Will AI replace your profession, or will you use it to become undeniably better at it? Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.